and I'm going to be talking to you about why school uniforms should be mandatory. According to Baristanet.com, last year the average American parent spent $688.62 on their children's back-to-school clothes and supplies. What about the children whose parents can afford new clothes? It creates a sense of inequality. Across the country, what children wear is affecting their personal lives and becoming an issue in schools. Clothing worn by students at school can be a very controversial issue and create multiple problems. All school districts need to enforce school uniforms as their dress code policy to improve their school in more ways than one. Making students wear school uniforms as the dress code would save parents money, promote equality among students, and decrease bullying. All families want to save money, and school uniforms would do just that. School uniforms save money. All the students would have identical outfits. Their parents wouldn't have to buy them new clothes annually, which would actually create more closet space in the long run, so they save money by not having to buy coats to store things. Most families have 3 school uniforms per child. According to statisticbrain.com, the average annual cost for parents for school uniforms is $249. At first glance, you can see that this is about a third of what the average American parent spends on clothes that aren't school uniforms, but actually, this is $249 annually for the whole year. That $688 was just for back to school. That doesn't include the winter clothes, the spring clothes, the summer clothes, any other accessories that they might want, new shoes throughout the year. That's just that cost. So really, it is saving you so much money to have school uniforms. Also, on top of saving money with not buying coats and buying less clothes, you're also doing less laundry. You're not having to do as many multiple loads because your school uniforms are the same colors. You don't have to worry about those extra white loads, extra red loads, so you're saving detergent and water with this. School uniforms would do more than save money, though. School uniforms promote equality. According to the Oxford Dictionary, to be equal means having the same rights or status, person or thing equal to one another. And that's what we're trying to do in this world today, aren't we? Create equality among everyone. Why should clothes make a difference of what a person's worth is? By having school uniforms, there would be no competition. You wouldn't have to wear those rich jeans or that really nice shirt that girl has. You wouldn't have to have those cool shoes. There wouldn't be competition. Everyone would be at the same level. Also, there would be no difference in social status. Usually, the wealthy children can, so to say, brag on the clothes that they wear because their parents are rich and buy them for them. It shows that the rich people have money, and it shows who's poor because their clothes are not as nice and not same name brand. So having school uniforms would take away that difference in social status. Also, there's more of a focus on learning, which would be good for the students and the teachers. The teachers wouldn't have to focus on telling the children that their clothes weren't appropriate, and the students wouldn't be looking around thinking, oh, I wish I had that shirt, or I wish I had money for those pair of shoes. So it would be more of a focus on learning, which would be a great thing for schools. I interviewed my Aunt Barbara, and she was a teacher at a Las Vegas school in Nevada. And she worked at a school where the students got school uniforms. And she said, just like I mentioned, that they did it for economic reasons, and they also did it to clean up the dress code. Economic reasons is those poor families have trouble affording those rich clothes, and they feel obligated because their children want to have those nice clothes, but they can't afford it. Also, it cleans up the dress code. It takes away children who wear clothes that might show cleavage or have bad slogans on their shirt or just anything that's inappropriate for school attire. So I found that interesting. She was in favor of the dress code. Uniformity would be incredibly beneficial in schools, but another big problem arising is bullying. School uniforms decrease bullying. I found this fact from Mirror News that 1 in 10 suffer from jibes because of acne or how they dress. That is such a sad statistic because no one's character is defined by what they wear. No one should get made fun of because of the clothing that they wear because that doesn't make them who they are. With having school uniforms, everyone has the same outfit, so you can't make fun of another person because guess what? They're wearing the exact same thing as you. So wouldn't that just make a lot more peace in schools? It just makes sense to me. It's so sad that children could be bullied over their clothes. So those children who maybe can't afford the nicer clothes, they go to Goodwill per se, and the children ask, where did you get your clothes? And they feel sad to say Goodwill, and you shouldn't because clothes doesn't make you who you are, and they get bullied because their clothes are cheap. And we we just want to get rid of that entirely, and school uniforms decrease that bullying in schools. So these are just a few of the reasons why school uniforms should be mandatory. It's clear that school uniforms would have a positive impact on school systems, and you now know how school uniforms would save money, promote equality, and decrease bullying. School uniforms should be a mandatory part of schools' dress codes to improve the quality of their school. By schools changing their dress code to make school uniforms mandatory, we can decrease the amount of money spent on clothing each year and help create a better sense of worth among children.